All right, what's up, traders? This is Matt with Conservative Trades, and ending the day up $201.81. Now, I did locate shares for shorting on this INO trade right here. INO, you can see it has this little L symbol on Lightspeed. That means you have to locate them, and if they're available, you can purchase them. And 200 shares is what I got, and it cost me $11. So, with the locates there and with fees and commissions and everything, I'm probably realistically only, I don't know, maybe 130, 140 in profit, somewhere in the neighborhood of that. And a couple things I want to address before we get into the video here. Number one, for those of you who have asked about commissions and why I pay commissions, and that's a question that I get from time to time. And I just had someone else ask me again on I think it was yesterday's video, or maybe the day before. Somebody else had asked again. But fees and commissions right now on broker platforms for day traders, it's a big thing right now. There's actually several broker platforms that have come out with trading capabilities with free commissions, without commissions, or whatever you want to say. I think there are certain various broker platform fees and whatnot, but I'll tell you what, if you can save on fees and commissions, and if you can find a good broker platform that works well, that gives you good order fill and all of that, I think it would be worth it. People often ask me why I am okay with paying fees and commissions, and I use Lightspeed Trader, and I've used a couple different broker platforms before, and in my opinion, Lightspeed, there just isn't anything like it. There's just nothing else like it out there. And when I say there's nothing else out there like it, I haven't traded every single broker platform, and I've heard good things about other platforms. Even the interactive brokers. And I think if you go with interactive brokers, I think they've got their own platform, but I think a lot of people typically use the Dash Trader Pro platform, and that's, a pretty good platform. I used Dash Trader Pro when I was with Capital Markets Elite Group. And, you've got, of course, E-Trade, you've got Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, what have you. You've got Sterling Trader, which is, very much like Lightspeed Trader. And there also, you can get Sterling Trader also with Lime Broker or Lime Brokerage, and that's kind of who's over Lightspeed. And I think you can also get Sterling Trader with Capital Markets Elite Group. So anyway, all this to say, when it comes to order execution and getting the fills when you want the fills, and just even customer service, like if there's ever any issues, they're just a phone call away. They respond to their emails very quickly. Even the sign up process, getting signed up with Lightspeed was just really easy to do, and it did not take long at all. And so just the user experience, the overall platform user experience is really good. My only complaint with Lightspeed is the charting. It just doesn't have the best charting, but I really don't mind paying the fees and commissions because I do trade with conservative share size. It's not like I'm buying these, 5 and 10,000 share positions, or even 1,000 share positions. When was the last time you guys saw me take a trade with 1,000 shares? And so because, and you can see here, look at my order book, 10 shares, 5 shares, 50 shares, 25 shares, 100. 100's the biggest order you're probably going to see on the order book today. Yeah, 100 shares. And because I take such few shares, it doesn't even cost me barely $1 a trade. And so, to get in and out of a trade, you're talking a couple bucks. And so, if I can on average, even if I'm scalping, even with my scalping trades, if I can keep a lot of my scalping trades to, 20 bucks or better, the trades are more than paying for themselves. And I just don't mind it. Like I said, I'm very comfortable with Lightspeed. I actually used Lightspeed for, almost a year at one point. And then that's when I switched to Capital Markets Elite Group. And I wanted to, I was actually kind of pulling myself back a little bit from trading. And I wanted to try trading with a smaller account and just kind of ease off the throttle. So, I opened up an account with them. and you know, they were all right, but I could even with them I could notice a big difference. Plus their fees are greater than what I was paying for Lightspeed, at least at the time. And so anyway, and then you know I've traded in simulation off and on with Sterling Trader throughout the last several years. So, but I tell you what, just even out of using those three different platforms, I'm telling you, nothing is is like Lightspeed, and I come back to it. I always come back to it. But you know, I have been thinking about it lately, and there's a lot of, or there's, well, I'll say this, there's one of our regulars in particular, one of the regulars who comes in the live stream each day is, and I think I might have mentioned this on yesterday's video, but he's actually switching to a different broker platform, and he'll be testing it out for us this Friday. I think he's already tested it with small share size, but or with a smaller account, but I think he's going to be, you know, really getting into it this Friday and all through next week. And I definitely look forward to hearing what he says about it, because supposedly they're free commissions, and he is moving from Lightspeed over to that platform. So if he says it's good, you know, then I might give it a shot. I might give it a shot. You know, because I do think about it. You know, it would be nice to be able to look at this and say, you know what, I'm ending the day up $201.81, and I'm actually ending the day up $201.81. It would be nice to say that. And I think about all the green days that I've had that could have been much bigger had I not been accounting for fees and commissions. You know, the fact of the matter is, though, guys, I did not used to trade this much, you know, where I'm filling out, you know, 50, 60 tickets. Okay, I really used to trade. I used to try to keep it down to maybe like, you know, 15 to 20 tickets a day, maybe 20 some tickets a day. And of course, this was back earlier on, you know, when I first had started this channel and everything. And not saying that there weren't days where I racked up some tickets, but for the most part, I was much more picky about my trades and where I took my entries and exits and how I scaled out. And my overall working strategy at the time just didn't require all this in and out type of scalping that I feel like I've kind of had to do to, you know, to get my account to where I need it to be in this kind of market volatility that we've been experiencing here in the past few months. So, you know, so really, I mean, if I'm only filling out, and back then too, again, when I started the channel, I was, you know, an average day was $400 or $500. So, you know, filling out 20 some tickets, you know, paying basically 20 some bucks, maybe $30 with ECN fees and all that included, it's not a lot when you're making, you know, $400 or $500 a day on average. So I really don't mind it. Like I said, for the kind of experience that I so much enjoy here with Lightspeed. The other thing that I wanted to address was, let's see, what was it? Okay, I had two things. Number one was the commissions and the fees. Oh, yes. The other thing I wanted to address is my computer has been freezing a lot. So for those of you who are regulars in the live stream and you join the live stream, look, I'm really sorry about that. Something's up with my computer. I think it's one of my drivers. I'm going to need to have it checked out, or one of my disks. I need to have it checked out. But I do work. I use this computer for work. I use this computer for my other job, you know, outside of day trading, and I just literally have not had the time to take my computer anywhere. But I'm planning on doing so. Hopefully I'll be able to find some time here in the next few weeks to come, but I just apologize and ask you guys to just kind of bear with me while I'm in this process, you know, because so far the computer seems to be freezing at least once a day. I guess it hasn't done it every day, but there's even been some days where it's frozen like twice during the live stream. And so when you guys are in the live stream, if you notice that it freezes, you know, just be on standby. Just know that I'm just rebooting my computer. I'm getting it turned back on, and I'll be back to the live stream. I mean, it usually takes me, maybe 10 minutes to get back to the live stream, because typically when I turn on my computer, the first thing I want to do is check Lightspeed, right? I want to open up my broker account and make sure that, you know, any trades that I might have been in at the time are still doing okay. And so, so I do that. And once I do that, you know, I get the internet back up and running. And so, you know, like I said, it usually takes about 10 minutes for me to pull the live stream back up and you know, but I just wanted to apologize for that. And thank you guys for your patience and for bearing with me. And like I said, here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to make an appointment. I've got a guy that I usually take my computer to, and he does really good work. And well, I say usually. I mean, I've only really had to take my computer to him like on one or two other occasions. I mean, so it's not like this is something I'm doing all the time, but it is. There's all that to say. I've got a guy that I like to use, and it's just a matter of finding time, finding a day where work is kind of light, and I can just get down there to him. So anyway, you know what, guys? I probably have talked way too much already. I don't want to make this video too long, but I will say this: you can see that this was by and large this was a pretty good day. INO, you can see I'm ending up 28 bucks on that one, and after paying for those locates and after paying for the trades, I mean, I really probably only made 15 bucks off of that. Maybe not even, maybe like 12 bucks. And here's the thing, I took one trade on it and I was up $52, and I guess I should have just taken that, because I came back in later in the day and I took another trade, I took another stab at it, and I lost out on it. And it was somewhere over, I think it was right over here. Let me pull up my executions, and kind of let this be an example. So, oh no, it was right here. It was right here. It wasn't here. Or I think maybe I thought it was here. But you can see the first one went really well. I actually called the top, and one of our guys had actually called this. He said, man, you got to check out INO. And so I noticed it was coming up to that $30 mark, and I borrowed, this is the only part I regret, I borrowed 200 shares for shorting, but I started with a 50 share position here. And when it went up here to 29.74, I probably should have added another 50 shares there. But I wanted to hold on to some just in case it broke over the $30 mark and maybe came up to $31. Then I could add even more up there. And then when we got the drop, I would have been able to hopefully get the full 200 shares and get a really good solid move on those 200 shares. But that's just a part of my strategy. I find it to be a little bit more of a conservative way of trading, definitely less aggressive, rather than me just taking the full 200 shares here. And then if it ends up busting up through 30, into the 30s like it did over here, I mean, I would have been in trouble, right? So it's a more conservative way to take a trade like this on INO, but nonetheless, it did work out, and I got out 25 shares here and then 25 shares down here. And so that, with 50 shares, just that one trade alone, I made 52 bucks. And so I was basically up $40 after paying for the locates and the trade. And like I said, my only regret is not adding in another 50 here, because I would have had a 100 share average, and I could have doubled that profit. I could have easily doubled that profit. But as you can see, it kind of came up here, it broke through, but then got a massive sell-off, came up, couldn't really hold it. So I thought to myself, we might just be double topping over here, and it might be about to, might be ready to get another sell-off, maybe even down to VWAP. And really, I just took another 50 shares here, and but I said if it comes over here, and I gave it a shot here. It didn't break it there, but I said, man, if it breaks it back over here again, I'm going to get out, because God knows, this could be it. This could be it. And unfortunately, it came down. If I had held it, then things would have been great. Look at this. This in post-market hours, it's going pretty crazy. This is incredible. Look at this. This is insane. I mean, INO just keeps going. I almost want to get in on it right here, but yeah. So you can see what eventually ended up happening here. And so this was what I did not want to happen. And INO it's been strong. Okay, and so let this just kind of be a lesson to you guys as well. I mean, this is risk management that I'm proud of. Even though I lost out on this trade, it's risk management that I am proud of, because this is what risk management looks like. Okay, again, this red candle right here easily could have been this green candle right here. And I mean, just look at what it's doing right now. This is incredible. This is incredible. I think we're going to get a pullback though. I think I'd be good I wouldn't mind, let's see, 32.52. 32.60. I'm going to get in, and I'm going to take a quick little scalping trade down to just down to 32.20, and we'll see if we can build a position. But let's see if it gets down to 32.20. See if it breaks. There we go. Come on, bust down through. Come on. 33.50. I may pause this just to keep the video short. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just take it there. This one's kind of staggering a little too much over here. Watch it come down here all the way now. But anyway, so that actually puts me up 209.67 on the day. So yeah, just guys, it's post market. What can I say? It's post market. But you can see just a nice little scalp there. Made basically $10. Not really, but let's put it like this. I made enough to go buy a Chick-fil-A sandwich. All right. I've probably made this video long enough. I think I already said that, but I tell you what here, RCL was probably the trade that I actually was most proud of today. Well, let me go over RCL and Boeing. I'll go over so RCL. We'll do that one first on the 5-minute. You can see here, RCL had a massive run up, and so look at this. First trade I got in here. Right here, because I saw a lot of this previous area's support that would have been acting as resistance. My only regret is I didn't take more shares because this worked out perfectly. Got in here, got out here. That was a nice little scalping trade. Came up again, but the buy volume was weakening. So that's first of all, buy volume wasn't quite the same. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Buy volume was the same. Well, what was I? You know what? I might have been on the 2-minute. I might have seen it wearing on the 2-minute. Sorry, or the 1-minute maybe even. Where was it? Let's see. I remember thinking to myself, because I remember looking at the volume. So this was the first one, and then right here, yes, that's okay. Sorry. So what happened is it turned into a red volume bar, and so I just saw that it was weakening. There were a couple wicks here established on the 1-minute, so I went short and I got out here right at the 47.89 mark. So that was another quick little scalping trade, and then I got in here and waited through all of this and got out here. My only regret was not taking more share size and not holding longer. Took 2 more scalps here. You can see I got in there, got out there, and then got in here and got out there. Let me move it back to the 5-minute. I have to use the 5-minute just because you can't zoom in. See, this is the one thing about Lightspeed. The charts are just ridiculous, and it's hard to read the 5-minute. Kind of like what I just said, where I said the buy volume looked like it wore off, and it did, on the 2-minute and the 1-minute, but it was hard to translate that with the 5-minute chart. So, guys, I feel like I can barely talk today. But anyway, I got in here, and then I got in here, and then I got out here. So all of my trades on RCL today were pretty successful. We took basically this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. Made $127. So this is what I mean, guys. When you're scalping like that, out of 6 trades, I made $127. So really, I probably made about $115 on RCL after fees, commissions, and everything. So it was totally worth it to fill out those, 12 different tickets, 12, 13 different tickets maybe. Made it, to make 100 and, $113, $114 maybe. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. And again, it goes back to the fact that, I'm still building up on my confidence, guys. I'm still building my confidence, and I'm still trying to take it easy with the markets. So if I had taken bigger share size on a lot of these moves, then obviously, it would have been even more worth it. This number right here, this would have been closer to maybe even, $200. And so then after fees and commissions, I would have been up $185 after fees and commissions. So, it's just much more worth it. When you are trading, with a little bit bigger share size. So anyway, but let's see. Boeing, this is the last one that I want to go over. I thought this was interesting. Believe it or not, I didn't trade Boeing through any of this, and I kind of wish that I had. But I'm really, really, really satisfied with this trade right here. First, I got in here, and I got out there. And then I took a few more shares here, and then I averaged back in here, averaged back in here, averaged in here, averaged in here. Okay, and I had brought my average all the way up to 173.96. And when we got this drop and it started having trouble down here at 173.86, I went ahead and just got out at my break even. And I hate that, guys, because I really, really would have loved this to have come back to VWAP. That would have been a beautiful move. I had built up, believe it or not, to only 150 shares with all of these ads here. That was only 150 shares. And I do have another regret here, because when I saw this doji candle and how it couldn't break that high, and when it was struggling on this candle right here, again, we would have to go into the 1-minute to look at it. So this is what I saw. I saw a major drop, and then I saw a run up here, but it couldn't break. And there was another doji on the minute, another doji on the minute. When we were right here, I said to myself, man, I was like, man, you should just go ahead and jump in another 150 shares. You would bring your 300 share average up to about 170. It would have been about 174.50 ish, something like that, maybe 174.40. But then on 300 shares, when we finally got this drop, I could have even just taken it right here at the break of the 20 EMA, even if it had just like double bottom or triple bottomed with this over here. I could have taken that at like 174.20, and that would have been a quick $90. So, but it is what it is, guys. I mean, we still made basically $50 on Bowen. Of course, this was a lot of tickets, and so realistically. And you can see here, I took a couple more little scalping trades, but realistically, I probably really only made $30 on Bowen. But again, it was still worth it. I probably made a little more than $30, but maybe $33, $34 on Bowen, but it was worth it. So anyway, but guys, this is going to be go down as a super long video, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. We're just not going to go over the rest of these trades, but just know that this actually was a good day, and as you can see, and I do feel a little more confident in my trading, and yeah, tomorrow's another day, and hopefully we'll end the week on a really good, solid green note. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and consider joining us in the live stream. We will be here tomorrow morning, beginning roughly around 9 a.m. Would love to see you guys, and to the regulars, you guys have a great night. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the morning. Take care.